Good evening, Ms. Lopez. Thank you so much for your email. So this is the explanation that I have for you. Thank you so much for contacting me. So this term report, this is from the beginning of the semester. This is not the latest one. So let me show you. Like here, in this is from September to September 7th to October 25th. So this one pertains to, this is not the latest one, this one pertains to this one. So what happened is that every time, like let's say here, these are the engagement ratings. Okay, this is when I have to tell Pamoja, I have to report to Pamoja, like at the end of week 37, they ask me, okay, this is the cut for this period. Just report the student performance. So I tell them like, oh well, in this case, all the students, they were late enrollment, and so that's why a catch-up plan was issued. So let's see how it works out, and at the end of this period. So the end of the period, it was at the end of week 40th. So there again, Pamoja asked me to, okay, just report what happened. So basically I have to take into account whatever happened here, plus the catch-up plan that I gave to the students. So if you go back to our messages, you will see that at the end of this period, the problem was that a lot of the students, they didn't turn in any assignments from the catch-up plan, or they turn in one. That's it. Okay, so that's what happened. Then at the end of week 43, they asked me, okay, report again, exclusively. But it has to do in our calendar from week 41 to 43. Oh, here the student has been engaged. What happened from week 44 to 47? Oh, here, based on what happened, the student has been engaged. Okay, I'm using the information that you sent me from, it was Elise. Okay, so that's what happened. So here in term 6th grade, here, first of all, unlike this one, here it will say engage in the case of this student. And then this was just to say that it was the first term grade. But in this case, if you look at the image that you sent me, here is what I said. Based on the grades of the student, this student scored a 4. It's not a predicted grade or anything, at all. But it's just based on the scores, the performance, taking into account whatever was missing. That's why, that's how the grade came from. And that's why I also included a whole description of where the grade was coming from per student. Each student had that. I had a written report saying, oh look, the grade reflects this and this, and it includes these and these. So it's the current one is not this one. This was the first one. This has to look different. Okay, now you send me these images, and so again, it's this else so late, and also I want you to know that each one of them, these are not assignments. These are not that we are giving them like all these. They do not represent assignments. They represent pages that they saw. Oh, here, this one has like 2 pages or 1 page or whatever. So that's why they fluctuate. It doesn't mean, like in this one in week 36, it doesn't mean that the students, they have 5 assignments. And here 2 and here 4. No, these include assignments plus pages, content that they have viewed. Okay, so with the ones that are marked late, they did it after the grading period, and obviously without the request of additional time because the student was sick, or additional time. I will show you an example of something that you sent me and said like, oh, please reschedule these because we lost electricity. I don't remember exactly what it was, but you vouch for the students, say like, oh, look, these students, they were unable to complete the orals because I believe that you have no power at your school. But anyway, I'm going to show you this. So this is what you see, I mean, from your end. As I said, some of them are assignments, some of them are just content, pages that they saw. Okay? From my end, when I'm doing the grades, this is what I see. And all of these, if you notice, like what the students didn't turn in, I'm not posting zeros. I'm leaving them blank. Pamoja does not include zeros because the student didn't do the work. So imagine, otherwise we would be just all of these zeros. Just imagine what would be just the last grade for I mean, when the student it's missing so many items. Let me just make this smaller so I can show you. Instead of these grades, if I start populating all what they haven't turned in as zeros, so it's going to be quite bad. So in this case, it's because the assignment, the worth, it was 0. So that's why 0, 0, but still that means that they're graded. The people who didn't turn it in, it was left blank. In this one, we needed to keep a track. It's still, it was not affecting the grade. I mean, was not affecting the percentage. But for example, in this activity, only the students with this check mark, they're the only ones who did it and that turned it in. Because if they did it, but they sent it, I mean, somewhere else, they posted somewhere else, I just cannot follow up with that. I need to be doing it based on, I mean, this activity, this is what needs to be included. If it is not, then I have to use the rubric and say, well, it is not. Here, the students, this icon means that they uploaded something, but it has nothing to do with the activity. And I wrote a message saying, like, you know something, what you turn in, it has absolutely nothing to do with the activity. So I didn't put the 0. I didn't post a 0. It was just asking them, please do not do that. And this doesn't pertain to what you were supposed to turn in. And please do not just upload documents, because that is part of the problem. I'm not saying that Elise, it's this case, but we have students at your school that they're just uploading, like, let's say they have orals and they upload a blank document, because that way they're misleading you, giving you the impression that they're turning things in. No, they are uploading blank papers. So if you see it like from my end, this other one, well, I already told you, this is something that it was completed like after the fact, and it's not a 0. It's just that it was after the grading period. So I did give them feedback, but I didn't post any grade because it was just after these grades were issued, and I cannot just go back and change them. Then this one, so only the students participated. That's what I did. I give them the grade. Now here, for example, preparing for the mock assessment, only, like, we have 2 students here only turning that assignment in. Only Ariana and Chloe. They were the only 2. So these greens, that's the best way that I have to explain that those greens are not all assignments. The end of unit, they've written out of 80. Okay, what happens also is that Pamoja gave me this tool to say, like, even though the rubric of this one, let's say it was 20, they said, like, okay, you are going to be using this weight. So here, if the weight of that Pamoja, in case of that assignment, is 80, and the rubric is 20, okay, what did the student score? Let's say if the student score a 12, that means that this is the grade that I have to post. So this is where the grade is coming from. And this was not my decision. This is something that Pamoja instructed me to do, that this is the weight, this is the rubric, and this is the student score. So this is the grade that it should appear. So that's also an explanation for that. Then let me see, where do I have it? Oh, here. And here there's something that it's a tremendous concern for me. This is the written assignment. Only the students with this check mark are the only ones who turn in the assignment. I can only send the assignment that it was posted here. What they uploaded here, that's what I have to send. So if the students send it by attachment, by email, I send it by Skype, and I cannot send that. And I have told them many times, like, I extended the dates, I don't know how many times. I'm going to reopen the activity once again so that they will upload finally this assignment. But we have Nicholas, we have Jimmy, Kenisha, Griffith. So they haven't turned it in. Jonathan, they haven't turned it in. So when I'm instructed that upload this to the IB, to IBIS, I can only take it from here. Because the reason behind that is that if the grade, like after it's assessed by the examiner, by the IB, if the school challenges the grade, if it is not something taken from here, then the student can say, like, no, that was not my written assignment. I mean, I sent something by attachment, I sent something by this, I sent it by mail, I sent it by whatever. No, this is the only way to be absolutely transparent. Like, look, you gave me this document, and this is the document that I sent to the IB. So that's why they need to upload it here. So if you could please talk to them and ask them to please upload the written assignment. I'm going to be opening this activity, not just to put it anywhere. It has to be in the assignment that says final written assignment. Okay, so this mark only says, like, yes, it was uploaded, and this is the document that will be sent. The consent form, I was a little bit more flexible here because still it's something separate. I don't know how many versions they may have of the written assignment. I remember 2 cases that I sent for academic dishonesty, and so if it is challenged, that grade, once again, it has to be based on when Pamoja asked me, where did you get that written assignment from? It was here. Here's what the student uploaded. So that's why I can only send from here. So if we carry on, like this assignment, only these students submitted, and I provided feedback, and so on and so forth. So that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to show you. Now another problem. Some of the students, and again, I'm not saying that Elise it's an example of this, but they upload things, and it has absolutely nothing to do with the activity. So now, once again, they're misleading. They're misleading because you just see all these green dots. Yes, but these green dots only tells you they uploaded. I mean, in some of the cases, if there's assignment, they uploaded something. So perhaps it's like in this case, if it was let me see, like this mock individual assessment, only for some reason Emily decided just to upload a document here which gave her that green circle, and it's just to say that she didn't show up, and because she was busy, she was working or whatever. So she shouldn't be doing that. She should send me an email and copy you. Okay, so not just to upload papers. Same, with there's some cases like that the students are uploading. I didn't memorize all of them, but You can go, like if you check on individual assignments, you will be able to see how many times I have flagged the activity and say like, hey, you're only turning in things that has, like if it is an oral, why are you giving me a picture? I mean, you should not give me a picture. I like, oh, this is a written, I mean, this is a writing test. This is a writing test. Why are you sending me a PowerPoint presentation that I share with you to get ready for the written assignment? So those, I mean, now you can see how the assessment looks different when I go over each individual assignment. So now you can see why it looks so empty, so lack of participation, and it is for all what they're missing. I'm not, I'm not posting zeros. I was very clear when they reopened the activities at the beginning of this semester that I could provide them with feedback, but I cannot change the grade. So it's it's just the instructions that I receive. At the end of this semester, I have to submit one. I mean, first of all, let me see. At the end of week 52, I have to once again to tell them up until week from 48 to 52. That includes, let me see, where is it? Like 48 to 52. And it's exclusively, okay, these assignments, okay, for these assignments, okay, that this has these type of assignments and everything, like in this case, I have to include something about the mock exams and everything. Okay, what happened? Let me know how the student performed. So that's where the grade is going to come from, but it's only going to cover from 48 to 52. Even if the students have turned things in from week 34, still the grade that they earn in 34, it stays there. Okay? I can only be reporting based on the period of time that Pamoja stipulates or instructs me. Like you see here, 48 to 52, and look at my grade book, it says, report, let me know what happened with this content. Okay? How many of these activities they finished, what did they do, how did they, I mean, at what level did they perform, they participated in discussions or not. We don't have any more orals. The mock oral assessment, it was the last one, and we have, we have some students, let me just show you this, one moment. So this is the mock internal assessment. And look how many students didn't, I mean, no, sorry, this is the week 40, for example. So out of this week, only this, it was only Cristallin, the only one who turned it in. Then we have this week 41. Okay. This is week 41. Nobody, none of them completed the oral. Now I'm in week 43. So in week 43, we have these students only completing the assignment, and providing them with feedback, letting them know what happened, and everything, recommendations for improvement. So now with week 45, so here in week 45, we have these students marked in pink. They're marking pink because you contacted us, letting us know, like, please reschedule the orals because we had no power at the time of their oral. There was no power, so you vouch for your students, saying like there is an extenuating circumstance that prevent these students to complete it. So that's what Jared was able to do it and reschedule. Chloe, the same thing, Griffith, as well as Brian. Those were the 4 students that you contacted us and said, well, please do that. For the rest, Elise completed, Emily completed, Ariana did it, Kenisha did it, but the rest, just, you can see that no show, didn't even sign in. So at the time of the mock, this is the mock, and so most students didn't turn it in. I mean, didn't participate on that, so the grade reflects it. So even though I'm not posting the zeros, I do need to take into account to say, like, you know something, I haven't been able to assess is, like, for example, let's say with Jared. With Jared, look, so far, let's see, for the first weeks, you see, up until here, still there's nothing. This essay activity, he completed that essay activity. He completed this oral exam. He turned in the final written assignment. But this was just this is formative. This is just to let them know this is something that I'm assessing. This is something that and this is just something that, okay, yes, it was turned in, but I cannot give them a grade for turning in a consent form, because that is not assessment. This was the final written assignment. All what I can say is, no, yes, the student turned it in, but I cannot assess it or give a grade because that pertains to the IB. And then after that, he participated in this oral, and he participated in this discussion. That's, I mean, up until this, let's say the Christmas break, that's all what I had to really to assess him with. The last individual oral practice, this was the activity before the mock examination. These other two, and that was it. So it was insufficient. So that's why in some of them I just marked it as there is insufficient evidence. So with we have some students that they completed more activities, like the case of Chloe, and the case of let me see, Emily, for example. She just posted for this oral exam unit. The paper that she uploaded had nothing to do with the assessment, and for the mock assessment also she did the same. She said, like, oh yes, I was not able to make it. So if you look at her table, it's going to be with green circles, but that doesn't mean that the activity was completed. It's just they put something there. So have a talk to your students, and if you have more questions about the grades, just go one by one to those assignments for you to know, I mean, what happened for the term grade. Like I posted the term grade for Mr. Jackson. So there was really nothing to grade him with, because again he left, he returned, and he was not completing anything. So things happen. So that's why I have to put it again with late transfer students saying, like, well, there's nothing to grade him with because he left and then come back, and I explained that. And here in this teaching report, term 6 teaching report, is where you can see, look, if you click on each student, I explain where the grade was coming from. So I hope that this helps, and please let me know if you have more questions.